I'm going to show you how I tie a Clouser Mad Tom. And I say that's how I tie it because I've never actually looked up the proper instructions on how to do it. But this is based on a picture I saw on the internet. I started tying it. It seems to work pretty well. I've caught quite a few bass on it. One 14-inch crappie even. Decided to try and eat it. So went ahead and started a red 210 denier thread. Wrap it back to just about at the barb. Take a zonker strip, rabbit zonker strip. Lay it down so that the fur is laying down towards the rear of the hook. I tend to like a shorter tail on my Mad Toms, simply because I've had a couple times where I think the bass picked up the tail, not the hook. So I like to encourage them to hook up better. So kind of like to do these shorter tails, about like that. And then what I'll do is I'll fold it in half here and tie it in right where I folded it. Just like that. Not very good. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and advance the thread up here to where I'm going to put in the barbell eye, which is about a third of the way down the shank of the hook. I happen to have a medium-sized red. I like the medium for Mad Toms. Choice of color depends on the pattern you want to tie. You just tie this in here with figure 8 patterns, and then to tighten it down, I like to do a few wraps just right underneath the eye. Then I'll go ahead and take my thread up just in front of it, just like that. Now, it's a good idea, I don't always remember, just put a dab of super glue right there on the eye to help it stay in place. It'll sometimes want to spin on you while you're fishing. Give that just a second to dry, and you're going to take the side of your zonker strip. We decided this was the tail because that's the way the fur is laying. We'll take the other end, start wrapping that around the hook going forward. You want to make sure you grab the fur as you wrap forward so you're not trapping it underneath the skin. And as soon as you get up to the eye, bring it over the eye just once there, tie it down to the hook. Cut off the extra. Trim up some of these extra furs we got hanging out there. And then just tighten it down. Alright, now I got a little piece of bucktail, red, for this plant pattern. I'll pull off a chunk of that. Fairly good sized chunk. What I like to do is pull out the short stuff. And I also like to grab these one or two that are abnormally long. Pull out any of the ones that are bent. Okay. And you want to tie that in so that it's about the length of the hook. That's what I usually do. Just right in front of the barbell eyes. And then on this side of the hook, which is going to end up being the bottom of the fly, you want to hold down those bucktail and give it a couple wraps right behind the barbell eyes. bring your thread back up in front. Kind of gives it that stripe down the back. And cut off the extra there. And time to flip your fly over. Cut off another bunch of bucktail fibers. Do the same thing, pull out the short ones. Pull out the really long ones. And then tie it in about the length of the hook. About there. Oops. Fumbled. Tie that in nice and tight. Cut off the excess. Then I like to do my best to give it a tapered head. And you want to finish it off however you like to finish flies. I like to use my new whip finishing tool. And instead of head cement, I like to use super glue to finish my flies off. I don't know why. I think it's because it dries faster. So there you have it. That's how I tied Clouser Mad Tom. And this is red and green pattern. Watched Dave catch one on these colors last week. I'm going to take it out a couple days, give it a shot myself. Sometimes I'll add a piece of mono to help make it snag resistant and weedless. I didn't do that this time because, well, I'm not very good at that, so I didn't want to have that on video. But there you go, Clouser Mad Tom.